What up, y'all? This is Nick back here with another video. And today I figured I'd give you a more realistic view of how how stuff goes for me as an artist and stuff like that. You know, to give you more of a personable experience with this video. Because right now I'm on lunch at work and orders just came flying in. So I got really it's two projects in one with this next one I just got. But I got one, the shoes back here, I got the box back here I just picked up. You know, it came to the house like yesterday. I got it, put it in the car before I came to work this morning. So, you know, that's just how the grind goes. So, you know, I'm just ready to go ahead and get these next couple projects going. And I hope y'all enjoy this process with me. So I want to show you the whole process through and through. All right, look, scratch that. The man canceled the order on me today. So it looks like, you know, I don't have no incentive to do the whole, you know, the Sukuna order with the shoes and everything, but I'm gonna still do it anyway because I think it's a good idea and I think it'll give me a good like display for my upcoming event, and I'll use that display and I'll show you guys that as far as the event that's coming up soon. So I'll still go ahead with the process, and I'll put the finished results in at the end of the video. So I just wanted to let you guys know that now I'm doing this just strictly because I want to, rather than because it's an order. So it'll be purely out of passion. All right, y'all, I'm back from the convention, got everything done. So I'm glad that, you know, everything is, you know, pretty much over with now. So this whole process has been like extremely like tiring. It was more work than I thought it would be. So first I'm gonna show y'all the wood piece the shoes that I did first, and I'll do the wood piece part later. I'll add that into the end of the video. So I came up with this design for the Gojo and Sukuna shoes. So I made two pairs. I had two pairs of the Nike Terminators. So I ended up doing the same pair. Like when I display them, I'm gonna display them mismated. So one pair Sukuna, one shoe Sukuna, one shoe Gojo, and I have two pairs like that. So but still I had to make, you know, the same shoe twice. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna do it like this. So I made two shoes Gojo and two shoes Sukuna. So I decided to do the Gojos first. I tried to go for more of the Infinite Void type of look still, but I still haven't perfected that one. I don't like the way it's cool. I like this look. It's solid. I may do it again just with some more tweaks. I haven't found a way to perfect it the way I would like it. But the Malevolent Shrine pair you'll see in a minute, like I feel like I got that one down. Like I really like the way that one's looking. So anytime somebody asks me for a Malevolent Shrine pair of shoes, I know exactly what to go to. So when the guy asked me to do this order, you know, the premise of it was, you know, who's stronger and, you know, all that type of stuff. See, me, I'm a Gojo fan. So I know, you know, I listened to the whole argument about what people say, how Sukuna could win and all this and all that. I'm not just saying he couldn't win, but you know, I just think that, like, straight up it favors Gojo. Now when you talk about adding the 10 shadows and all that, okay, yeah, now we talking about something else. You know, because that's not Sukuna at that point. That's two characters in one. You know, that's not the same thing. He should be stronger if you fusing with somebody else and using that person's power in combination with your own. So but in terms of the story, I like, because we had a back and forth conversation about the story, and he was telling me about what he liked about it and what he didn't. I told him I liked the fight because he didn't like the ending and all that. I kind of liked the ending because, like I said, I view Gojo as stronger. The part I loved it all the way up until the part where that airport scene where he started saying stuff like Sukuna was holding back and all this type of stuff. I'm like, oh, whoa. You know, how is he holding back? And you know, you put him to sleep, like you knocked him out. Like, you know, so he jumps you 3v1. How was he holding back? You know, so it's like, and then in the chapter or two later, they was saying, Sukuna said when he was standing over Gojo's body, like, I needed my Haraga to give me a manual on how to bypass infinity. And it's like, if you needed him to bypass infinity, how did you hold back? Like, which one is it? You know, so, you know, like, that's the only thing I didn't like about it. But as far as the actual artwork and how it was portrayed and all that, I loved it. Like, it was great because it was like, okay, two of the strongest going at it. And, you know what I'm saying, Sukuna got the upper hand when, you know, he made the binding bow and cut him. Yeah, cool, perfect. It's just when you get to talking about, oh no, he's not the strongest, or he never stood a chance, and like, it's people out there saying that he didn't stand a chance. Like Sukuna could have beat him within like 5 minutes if he wanted to. and that don't make sense to me, because if you could, why wouldn't you just do that? Like, okay, you could say that, okay, maybe he wanted to learn more about Infinity, so he took his time and tried to. But that's dumb though. Why would you do that? Like, you know, this man is a danger to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see him doing it. Not with him. Now with everybody else, Yuji and Higuruma and all them, yeah, for sure. You can play with them, because none of them stood a chance. Because if he could beat Gojo in 5 minutes, one malevolent shrine is taking care of everybody else. Like, literally one. So I don't know. Like, so we got into a whole conversation about this before I even took the order or whatever. So this was very fun for me to do, because I had to go back and rewatch some of the anime and reread some of the manga while I was making it. So it kind of put me in the zone of making it, and I did it on a live stream. So it made it real easy for me to do. And then so it made it real easy. And then but the guy canceled the order, so I was just like, man, let me just go and finish it. I just gotta go and do this, because I was already kind of hyped. The conversation had already kind of put me into it, so I said, let me do it. And I feel like it'd be a good chance to remake my display, because I've been thinking about doing this display thing anyway with the wood piece. I've been debating on doing it anyway. It just took me some time to go ahead and just knock it out and do it. But now I took this opportunity to do it. Like, I feel like Terminators is a good shoe to work on. It'd be a good display shoe. It came I could really hit home what I'm trying to do. And like, this was the Malevolent Shrine design I was talking about, like the reds, the burgundies, the black, showing, like, I tried to imply the slices by using that specific stencil. I feel like I did a good job with it. Like, I really like the way this one turned out. And then I chose to do the what's called Heian era form Sukuna. Like, because people were saying, like, this form is, like, if he had transformed in this form, he would have beat Gojo in 5 minutes. That's what people were saying. So, I chose to do this one as far as, like, presentation, because it's aesthetically more appealing than the Megumi form. So, I feel like I did a really good job on this. And to be honest, like, I like Gojo better than Sukuna. Like, I like Gojo more. I'm more of a fan of his. But I everything I make that Sukuna, it's always slapped. It's always fire. Like, it's a lot easier for me to make a Sukuna shoe than it is a Gojo shoe, because I don't know, for whatever reason, I replicate his art style better, for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this one. Like, this was it. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that whole compilation of putting this together, putting the wood piece together, making stuff that work. And I use this same image that's on the shoe right now. I use this same image. You can probably see it on the phone in the video. But this same image right here, I use that for the wood piece, so that it could be, because he got 4 arms. So the 2 in the middle is doing the how of Malevolent Shrine. I think it's like this. He's doing the Malevolent Shrine hand size, and the upper 2 arms are like, hey, he got his arms out like this, holding the shoes. So I wanted to make it expand. So like when somebody walked past my table at a convention or anything like that, it's like, boom, it's popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see it, like, it's popping real good. So, I don't know how much I would sell the wood piece for. I don't, because I don't plan on selling it. But, it actually gave me an idea to start making some more, because I do like the fact of presenting the shoes with a wood piece. I feel like that made it, that it gives a different, appreciation for it. Like, you can tell I put a lot of effort into it. But yeah, I really loved it. Like, I really loved making this. This was probably the most fun I've had making a shoe, to be honest with you, because it was more than just making a shoe. It was putting all the pieces together and making it work how I would like to. So after I show y'all the wood piece next, so like once the shoe part get done, I'm gonna show you the convention. It's like how it looked at the convention. I'll show you some videos of walking around the convention and stuff like that. It was a smaller one here in Memphis called the Memphis Comic Expo. I think, if you local to Memphis, I think it'd be a good idea for you to get into it. But I don't think it's worth it if you coming from out of town. I don't think that's a good idea. But if you local to Memphis, I think it's a good idea. But anything other than that, like, I'll show you how it looks, how people. Well, I don't know if I got enough footage because I was there by myself, so I don't know if I got enough footage of people liking it, but we'll see. People were really interacting with it, so people were really interacting with it. Like every time somebody walked past my table, man, that's cool, I really like it. So I think it was a very, very good thing that I decided to do. It was a good idea a long time ago. I just really, when I decided to just make it happen, it paid out. So I think the next big convention I'm going to, I've been taking a break from conventions. The next big one I'm going to is probably Kansas City in March of next year. I think that's the only one that I got confirmation that I'm going so far. So other than that, I still plan on going to DreamCon again. I go to DreamCon every year they have me. So, but DreamCon was gas. But yeah, other than that, I'm finna get into showing y'all the wood piece, and then we finna go from there. All right, y'all, went to Home Depot, got my wood, big piece. I think it was 8 by 4 feet. Let's get into it. Let's get to drawing them on there. All right, this the line work. I got everything drawn in on there pretty much how I want it to, best I can. He's not as big as I would like him to be, but pause. But I think it's gonna work itself out. I think I got a good sketch of it. So after the cutout, this is what it looked like. I think I did pretty good for my first time with a jigsaw. The edges came out pretty clean. It's enough to work with for the first time project. I get better and better the more I do these. So let's see how I go with the paint. This particular part was the most difficult right here, because it was a lot of because I guess I should have primed the wood or something like that better, because it was, man, I tell you, I had to put down so many layers. If I had to just painted a white base coat first or something like that, it probably would have been better. But this was the most tedious part of the whole process. But other than that, it was fine. Just putting it to, put paint, just laying the paint down. Like I said, that part right there was hell, boy. I'm telling you, it was crazy. So then just laying the skin in and stuff like that, it took me a while to do, but it wasn't really that bad. So, but let me show you guys the finished result. All right, y'all, went to Home Depot. Okay, so this is the finished result of the whole thing with the shoes and everything. This is what I built up to be the whole thing. I really enjoyed, like I said, the whole process earlier. I put some pink shoestrings in I had laying around that actually just probably so happened to be the perfect size. But, it came out really, really nice, and I really liked the way it ended up, turning out. Because, like I said, the arms holding it out, and it extended, way further out than I thought it would. And it was kind of perfect for the table, because it fit within the 6-foot space. Because at first I was like, man, it might be a little too big. Pause. but at first, it worked out. It worked out exactly how I liked it. So I think it was great, perfect. So and then the details look good. I put some when I coated it with the epoxy at the end, I put some glitter in it to make it sparkle, so when you walk past it, the glitter catch your attention. Because that's all it's about really at conventions and selling things and stuff like that. It's really just about being able to capture people's attention and them seeing something they like, and then say, oh, okay, look, I like the way this looks. Let me go at least buy something. They don't have to buy these. They don't have to buy this, because I don't expect to really sell the wood piece or the shoes really. But at least somebody come over there, okay, I got $10 I can spend with you. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And that's really what it's all about to me. Just when people walk by, they see it, they be like, oh, okay, at least let me spend $10 with them, buy a mouse pad, buy a print, something. You know what I'm saying? So I really like the way it came out. So now let me show y'all what it looked like at the convention. How my table looked at the convention. So I had the shoes on display, had the prints, the frame prints that I made, just of all the prints I made, I just put them in frames and sell them. Little easy thing, easy display to make it pop. Like I said, some conventions have an issue with me having the little display racks on the floor, so sometimes I have to put them on the table. But either way, it's not a big deal. And with the Sukuna piece being like that, I can put that, I can raise it up and down. So if they make me put it on the table, I can raise it higher to float above that. The only thing is it might block out the prints a little bit, but to be honest with you, the prints really don't sell like that. I mean, they do, but they don't, you know. So, and if they do buy it, they always want it with the frame. So me prioritizing the frames will be better anyway. So I just put the most popular ones in the front and then go from there. And I put the ones that I think will be the most suited for that convention. Like, so this Memphis Comic Expo I just went to, it's more about comic books, and you know, the authors is there, so people could get, you know, signed by the author and stuff like that. There was I think it was like 3 Spider-Man artists in there, so my Spider-Man print was moving a little bit. And then I think those Powerpuff Girls sold a couple times, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's mainly the more mainstream stuff, like stuff at conventions like that. Anime typically doesn't sell like that, but you know, but still, I still wanted to take this opportunity to make the Sukuna piece. And you see how he's like floating in the middle of it, like it sit perfectly. The good thing about this is that when like I got hungry and I was sitting behind it, like I could eat behind it, nobody was seeing me, you know what I'm saying, that type of stuff, you know. It was perfect. It was perfect. It worked out. I really like the way it looked. And I got those shoes that's in his hand. I know y'all looking like, damn, they big, but they're a size 17. Size 17 back there being hard. But I did a size 17 for the and some Sabrina ones I had got a long time ago, and I just ran them because I got them for like $10. So I just bought them just so I can kind of test out working on that material. But it was cool, you know what I'm saying? It worked out. So I was like, okay, instead of putting the new ones out, because I knew that really wasn't where I wanted to take them to. So I was like, let me put some a different shoe in there for this particular convention. And I got some of the older shoes, some other shoes that I don't think I've made videos for about, you know what I'm saying? Like the Conquest one, I think I did a live stream about that one, but that's really it. But yeah, I will add some more clips of the convention if you want to see like what the other people were selling and stuff like that. I got some of that. It wasn't a whole lot because it was like I said, this was a smaller convention here. Like the biggest one we have here is the Anime Blues Con. Like it's huge. Like that's the one that draws the majority of the traffic here. I still haven't been able to get into that one. That's something that I want to do, but as of today, can't do it. So, you know, but yeah, let me know how y'all feel about this wood piece. Let me know how you think it upgraded the, you know, the display. I thought about it. I just didn't do it, which I probably should, but I just didn't want to take up too much space from the backdrop. Is I thought about making like a little speech bubble, like, and drill the wood, the extra piece to his back, and have like a speech bubble floating above him saying "Domain Expansion, Malevolent Shrine." I thought about doing that. I may make it and then kind of, you know, see how much space it take up, but I don't know yet. Like I said, I had to test this one out, which it did go well, so I might do that. But we'll see. I have to. It's something that I just have to think about, because I don't want to make this the focal point. I just wanted it to be like an eye catcher and draw you in, like, oh, what is he holding in his hands? Because like I had bought like these floating display racks to drill into his hands, and they making the shoes sit perfectly like that. I wanted them to come at that angle and everything too. So the next convention I have, they'll have one shoe will have Gojo in the right hand and Sukuna in the left hand. I think that's how it's gonna be perfectly. So I think it's gonna work itself out. But anyways, this video has been way too long. Let me know what y'all think. I promise I'm eager to see what y'all have to say about it, because this was probably the most fun I've had making anything, you know, because the display, like what it looked like in the end and everything. But just let me know what y'all think, man. If you haven't, you know, show your boy some love, like, comment, subscribe. You know, I'm still trying to grow. I know I've been lacking on the long form videos, but I'm still happy to be doing this. You know, art is my passion, and I love you guys for supporting me. So like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think, and holla back.
You already got it laid out. It's everything.
Oh